Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to story time. Let's see who all is in the building. Hello, hello, nephew. Finest Wine Cooking Channel. How are you? I heard you and Gigi saying I was your adoptive aunt. Isn't it grand to be loved? How are you today? I hope you're doing well. He says, I'm here early. Yes, you were. I was trying to get this thing set up, but I wasn't really trying to turn it on. But I've been having such a time with this app lately. And I was trying to turn it, to get it set up. And I wind up going live, but that's fine. Hello, Carolyn Eats All. Carolyn Eats All is in the building tonight. How are you, Carolyn? So glad you could join me for story time. Hello, Pandy. How are you? Pandy says, Gigi raid. Thank you, Gigi, and everyone for raiding me. I appreciate you all. Dropped my laptop here and looked like I bent my cord. Anthony Shaw's in the house. What's up, brother? How are you? You working on my elderberry juice? Pandy says, Deborah'sGladTidings, hi, Finest Wine Cooking Channel, and Carolyn Eats All. Oh, skipped so fast. Okay. Carolyn Eats All says, hey, Deborah. Pandy says, hey to Anthony Shaw. Web Savvy Cafe is in the house tonight. Web Savvy says, hey, hey, hey. See, you were supposed to do like the Fat Albert Web Savvy. You were supposed to say, hey, hey, hey. It's Web Savvy Cafe. In your Fat Albert voice. Finest Wine is waving at Pandy. He's throwing some love. Carolyn Eats All says hi to Pandy, Hair Candy, and more. We have Oreo Mouse 8888 in the house. Oreo Mouse, I be wanting to call you 888, but you got 4 8s. How are you doing today? She says, hi, Deborah and Glad Tidings. Then we have the Knowledge Queen is in the house. How are you, Knowledge Queen? Then we have Pandy saying, Issa Gigi Raid A, and she's coming in with the dancing ladies. Then she's saying hello to Oreo Mouse. Finest Wine says, welcome everyone. Snag that like button for Deborah Glad Tidings. You remind me of my favorite Aunt Regina here, and I was so close. Her and I were so close. Y'all even look alike. Oh, okay. Okay. Oreo Mouse says hello to everyone. Satin's in the house bringing some flowers and throwing some love. She says, hey, Miss Deborah and chat. Oreo Mouse is saying hi to Pandy. And Pandy's throwing some love out. Oreo Mouse says, hey, 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 laugh out loud. She goes, I know, right? Laugh out loud. It is so glad to have each and every one of you to join me here tonight for story time. I am delighted to have you all here. I appreciate you all and the GG raid. Thank you so much. I hope I got everybody. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. And we got Web Savvy Cafe says, I know that's who I'm thinking about when I said it. Hey, hey, hey. It's Fat Albert. Gigi. Hello, Gigi. What's up, sis? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you joining me for story time. Gigi saying hello to Finest Wine Cooking. She's saying hello to Carolyn Eats All. We have Be The Difference Clothing in the house tonight. How are you, Be The Difference? Be The Difference says, hey, hey, Deborah's Glad Tidings, Carolyn Eats All, Gigi, Gluten Free Lab, Satin, Oreo Mouse, Finest Wine Cooking Channel, and all. Finest Wine says, Gigi enjoyed your live. Yes, Gigi, it was a great live as usual. Pandy saying hey to Gigi, Gluten Free Lab. Gigi saying hello to Pandy. Fine as Wine Cooking says, hey, to be the difference, she's throwing some love. We are here. Oreo Mouse says, hello, be the difference clothing. How are you doing? Gigi says, hello to Pandy. And Pandy says, hey, to be the difference clothing, throwing some love. Be the difference says, good, good. Oreo Mouse says, hello, Carolyn Eats All. How are you doing? So everybody is greeting everybody. And that's always a good thing. Everybody's coming in the door, showing some love. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I'm going to go ahead and get started with our story tonight. I probably could have added a few more characters. Not very many, could have, but I just ran out of time. Or Emma says, that's great. So I ran out of time to add in more. Gigi says, welcome to the live, to Web 7 Cafe, to Oreo Mouse 8888. And Web Savvy says, hey there, to be the difference. All right, here we go. My mouth is so dry. I don't know if it's the medication or what. Good grief, my mouth is dry tonight. Carolyn Eats All says, hello to be the difference clothing. Pandy's throwing some love to the knowledge queen. And Oreo Mouse says, how are you doing, Gigi? And Web Savvy says, thanks to Gigi. Okay, here we go. The Scorpion King had 12 beautiful daughters. GinaV, Cindy, Icy, Satin, Sand, Lovely Key, VernaB, SheneseS, SHEILAE, NeshaC, Mary Ann, and Charmaine. They all slept in 12 beds in the same room. When they went to bed each night, the doors were shut and locked. But every morning, their shoes were found worn, as if they had been at the official D-Spot dancing all night. Nobody could find out how it happened or where they had been. Then the Scorpion King made it known to all in the land. If any person could discover the secret of where they went and danced each night, he could have the princess he liked best to wed, and would become king after his death. If whomever tried to solve the mystery failed to succeed after 3 days and nights, they would forfeit their life. This is where it gets real for everyone. This was mind-crafted by the Scorpion King. King Plav's son came first. He was well provided for with food and drink. That evening, he was taken to the chamber next to where the princesses slept. There he was to sit and watch so that none of them could pass without him hearing it. The door of his chamber was left open for him to discover where they went dancing. But King Plav's son fell asleep. When he woke up the next morning, he found that the princesses had all been dancing. The soles of their shoes were full of holes again. The same thing happened the second and third night, over and over again. So the Scorpion King ordered King Plav's son to be taken away by the executioner. Several others came after him, but they all had the same bad luck and all suffered the same fate. It just so happened that an old soldier who had been wounded in the battle and could no longer fight passed through the country where the Scorpion King reigned. As he was traveling through the Barrel Boy woods, he met Frugal Granny, who asked him where he was going. "I hardly know where I'm going or what I'm going to do," said Soldier Poet. "But I think I would like to find out where it is that GinaV, Cindy, Icy, Satin, Sand, Lovely Key, VernaB, SheneseS, SHEILAE, NeshaC, Mary Ann, and Charmaine dance. So in time I might become a king." "Well," said Frugal Granny, "that is not a very hard task. Just don't drink any of the wine which one of the princesses will bring you that evening. As soon as she leaves, you pretend to be fast asleep." Then Frugal Granny gave him a cloak and said, "As soon as you put this on, you will become invisible, and then you will be able to follow them wherever they go." When Soldier Poet heard this good advice, he decided to try his luck that night. He went to the Scorpion King and said he was willing to undertake the task. He was received just like the others, and the Scorpion King ordered fine royal robes to be given to him. That evening he was led to the outer chamber. Just as he was about to lie down, the eldest of the princesses brought him a cup of wine. But Soldier Poet remembered what Frugal Granny said and secretly threw it away. Then he laid himself down on his bed and in a little while began to snore very loud as if he was asleep. When GinaV, Cindy, Icy, Satin, Sand, Lovely Key, VernaB, SheneseS, SHEILAE, NeshaC, Mary Ann, and Charmaine heard this, they laughed heartily. And the eldest said, "This fellow looks like he will suffer the same fate as the others." They rose and opened their drawers and boxes and took out all their fine clothes. They dressed themselves at the mirror and skipped about as if they were eager to begin dancing. The youngest said, "I don't know how it is that you all are so happy. I don't feel good about this night. I am sure something bad will happen to us. I might stay at home with Jen and the other servants." "You simpleton," said the eldest. "You are always afraid. Have you forgotten how many kings' sons have already watched in vain? And as for this Soldier Poet, even if I had not given him his sleeping potion, he would have slept soundly enough." They thought they had a slick production going because it was carefully mind-crafted. When they were all ready, they went and looked at Soldier Poet, but he kept snoring and did not stir hand or foot. They thought they were quite safe, so the eldest went up to her bed and clapped her hands. at which point it sank into the floor and a trap door flew open. Soldier Poet saw them going down through the trap door, one after another. The eldest led the way, and thinking he had no time to lose, he jumped up, put on the cloak which frugal Granny had given him, and followed them. Excuse me. But in the middle of the stairs, he trod on the gown of the youngest one, and she cried out to her sisters, "Something is not right. Someone took hold of my gown." "You silly creature," said the eldest. "It is nothing but a nail in the wall." Then down they all went, and at the bottom found themselves in a most delightful grove of trees, and the leaves were all of silver and glittered and sparkled beautifully. Soldier Poet wished to take away some token of this place, so he broke off a little branch, and there came a loud noise from the tree. Then the youngest daughter said again, "I am sure something is not right. Didn't you all hear that noise? That never happened before." But the eldest said, "It is only our prince, who are shouting for joy at our approach." Then they came to another grove of trees, where all the leaves were of gold, and then to a third, where the leaves were all glittering diamonds. Soldier Poet broke a branch from each, and every time there was a loud noise, which made the youngest sister tremble with fear. The eldest still said it was only the princess who were crying for joy. They went on until they came to a great lake, and at the side of the lake they saw JOLOFISHING. And there lay 12 little boats with 12 handsome princes in them, who seemed to be waiting there for the princesses. One of the princes went into each boat, and Soldier Poet stepped into the same boat with the youngest. As they were rowing over the lake, the prince who was in the boat with the youngest princess and Soldier Poet said, "I do not know why it is, but though I am rowing with all my might, we do not get on so fast as usual. And I am quite tired. The boat seems very heavy today." "It is only the heat of the weather," she said. "I feel it very warm too." On the other side of the lake stood a fine illuminated castle, from which came the merry music of horns and trumpets. There they all landed and went into the castle, and each prince danced with his princess, and Soldier Poet, who was all the time invisible, danced with them too. When any of the princesses had a cup of wine set by her, he drank it all up, so that when she put the cup to her mouth, it was empty. At this too, the youngest sister was terribly frightened, but the eldest always silenced her. They danced on till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then all their shoes were worn out, so that they were obliged to leave. The princes rowed them back again over the lake, but this time the soldier placed himself in the boat with the eldest princess. And on the opposite shore they said goodbye to each other, the princesses promising to come again the next night. When they came to the stairs, Soldier Port ran ahead of GinaV, Cindy, Icy, Satin, Sand, Lovely Key, VernaB, SheneseS, SHEILAE, NeshaC, Mary Ann, and Charmaine, and laid himself down. As they slowly came up, very much tired, they heard him snoring in his bed. Now all is quite safe, they said. And then they undressed, put away their fine clothes, pulled off their shoes, and went to bed. In the morning, Soldier Port said nothing about what had happened, but determined to see more of this strange adventure, and went again the second and third night. Everything happened just as before. The princesses danced each time till their shoes were worn to pieces, and then returned home. However, on the third night, Soldier Port carried away one of the golden cups as a token of where he had been. As soon as the time came when he was to declare the secret to the king, he was taken before the Scorpion King with the 3 branches and the golden cup. And the 12 princesses stood listening behind the door to hear what he would say. I don't suppose you can tell me where do my 12 daughters dance at night, asked the Scorpion King. I presume you also slept through the night, each night, and have no answer. I will call for the executioner straight away, as I have no patience for pathetic excuses and groveling. Executioner, another one for you, he called out. The executioner appeared from behind a curtain and made his way toward Soldier Port. Not so fast, your majesty, replied Soldier Port. Every night they go dancing with 12 princes in a castle underground. And then he told the king all that had happened and showed him the 3 branches and the golden cup which he had brought with him. Then the Scorpion King called for the princesses and asked them whether what Soldier Port said was true. And when they saw that their secret was discovered and that it was of no use to deny what had happened, they confessed it all. And the Scorpion King asked Soldier Port which of them he would choose for his wife. I am not sure I want any of them, to be honest, he replied. I don't think I could love anyone who did not care about those other poor princes losing their young lives. It makes me sad to think of it. Cruel, do you not think? The girls laughed even louder. Daddy wouldn't hurt a fly, said the eldest. He only said that to scare people off. We never believed those princes were going to lose their lives. The Scorpion King's cheeks reddened. Yes, I must confess, he said. I made up that story about losing their head if you fail to get rid of time wasters and make sure the winner would be brave of heart. So where are all those prints? Asked Soldier Poet, a grin spreading on his face. I thought the executioner took them. That's actually my butler dressed up as an executioner. We put them up in a luxury apartment until the winner was found, which is you. So I ask again, which daughter do you wish to have? Soldier Poet hesitated no longer. I would like to marry your beautiful eldest, but only if she will have me. I am a strong believer in marital self-determination. The eldest looked at the soldier curiously. Can you dance? She asked. If the Scorpion King can arrange some music, you can try me out, he replied with a cheeky grin. The Scorpion King called for his orchestra, and they soon struck up a merry waltz. Soldier Poet led her out onto the floor and waltzed her and twirled her as she had never been danced with before. When the tune finished, her eyes were sparkling. None of the princes has ever danced with me like that, she explained. Not even close. I would love to marry you. They were married that very day. The unexecuted princes were released from their luxury apartments, and the other sisters went and fetched the underground prince, who also joined the celebration. There was dancing with all the sisters all night until everyone's shoes were completely worn out, and still they continued to dance in their socks until the sun came up. Soldier Poet and his wife went on to become king and queen. They were able to live it up, and they lived a lifestyle of success, and they danced every remaining day of their lives. So that concludes my story. The YouTubers featured in the story tonight are the Scorpion King. That's a YouTuber. You have to excuse me, y'all. Mouth and throat seem so dry. The Scorpion King, GinaV, Cindy, Icy, Satin, Sand, Lovely Key, VernaB, SheneseS, SHEILAE, NeshaC, Mary Ann, Charmaine, the official sSpot, It Gets Real, Minecrafted, King Plovs, Frugal Granny, the Barrel Boy Woods, At Home with Jen, Slick Production, JOLOFISHING, and Live It Up, and Lifestyle of Success. Those were the YouTubers featured in the story tonight. Let's see who walked in while I was engaged in the story. So I don't want to miss anyone. We have Pandy speaking to the Knowledge Queen. Ori Mouse says, how are you doing, Gigi? Web Savvy Cafe says, thanks at Gigi. Satin says, Miss Deborah, did you receive my IG message? Yes, I did. I did receive your IG, Satin. Just was engaged in the story and didn't have time to hit you back up. But yes, I did, and I'm glad that you did. And I hope that something I say touches your heart. What happened here? Well, Savvy, I don't know if I accidentally erased something you put there, or if you did, or whatever. Gigi saying hello to Satin. Satin saying hey to Web Savvy. We have Deborah Akpa in the house. How are you, Deborah? So glad you could join us for story time. I don't know at what point you walked in. Hopefully you caught the story. But so glad to have you. Pandy saying hello to Deborah Akpa. Carolyn Eats All says hello to Deborah Akpa. Satin says hi to Miss Gigi, throwing some flowers and love. Or your mouth says, oh wow, the wine, laugh out loud. Deborah Akpa says hello to Pandy. And to Carolyn Eats All. We have SHEILAE Mukbang in the house tonight. How are you? So glad you can join us. SHEILAE says hi, Deborah and everyone in the live. Pandy saying hi to SHEILAE Mukbang. Gigi saying hello to SHEILAE Mukbang. Welcome to the live. SHEILAE is saying hi to Pandy. Gigi saying hello to Deborah Akpa and welcome to the live. SHEILAE is saying hey to Gigi with the little huggy emojis. Deborah Akpa saying hello to Gigi. Be the Difference saying hi to Deborah Akpa. Gigi saying hello to Be the Difference. Be the Difference is saying hi to Gigi Gluten Free Lab. Gigi says great story. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, Gigi. Satin is dancing. Gigi says please use no more than 2 emojis in the chat. Thank you for that reminder, Gigi. Miss Full Roller, the dancing diva, is in the house tonight. How are you, Miss Full Roller? She says hello. Deborah'sGladTidings mods in chat. Hey, y'all. And she's dancing already. Gigi says hello to Miss Full Roller. And we have Home of Truth 99 in the house. Says hello, host. How are you, Home of Truth? I think this might be your first time in story time. And I don't know at what point you walked in. But I hope that you had a chance to hear the story. I appreciate having you here. SHEILAE Mukbang says, hey, Miss Deborah. And Home of Truth says, good morning, everyone. So it's morning where Home of Truth is, and we appreciate you being up with us. Gigi says, hello, Home of Truth 99. Pandy says, hey to Miss Full Roller. And Be the Difference says, hey to Miss Full Roller. Do we have any birthdays in the house tonight? Any birthdays? Satin throwing some love says, always touch my heart, Miss Deborah. Thank you. You are quite welcome, Satin. Are there any birthdays in the house? Everyone knows we celebrate our birthday. And those of you who are new to the live, I am a published author. This is my book, my Struggle and Broken Pieces, A Healing for My Soul. It is available at Amazon.com. I will, starting Monday, be reading excerpts from my book. I started these little stories leading up to me reading from my book. That's why I call them a prelude to story time, even though they're actually story time. So I'm going to start switching off between reading from my book as well as these little stories. I want to continue these little stories because this is my way of shouting out our fellow YouTubers. So I will continue to do these stories, and I'll just alternate back and forth between them. But I will, starting Monday. I did these stories, and I think this is like our 61 story, 61 or 62, something like that. I was giving people time to purchase the book who was interested, and those who want a book through my book giveaway. I was trying to give them time to get their books mailed to them. And so far, I think I only have one person, maybe two, that have not acknowledged that they received their book. So I was trying to give them time to get their book, because periodically I do book giveaways, and I think probably over the period of time, I think I had about 10 or 11 book giveaways. So I wanted these people to get their book in time so they could possibly follow along with me once I start reading from my book. And so, like I said, I only have one or two that have not gotten back with me to acknowledge that they received their book. But it looks like the majority has, so I do want to start on Monday reading from my book during story time. And was, like I said, allowing people time to order a book for those who were interested in purchasing a book. Be the difference says, hey to Miss Four Rollers. Sam says, always touch. Okay. Home of Truth says, let go GG Gluten-Free Lab. Gigi says, story time every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Yes. For those of you who are new to the stream, and those of you who are watching first time, story time is every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern time. If for some reason my health doesn't permit me to do story time on one of those nights, I always throw up a little brief message that lets you know that story time is being canceled that night, and it'll let you know when story time will resume. So thank you, Gigi, for putting that in the stream. Home of Truth says, I showed you love a lot. Okay. Gluten-Free Lab. Yes, we appreciate having you here, Home of Truth. We know it's your first time here in story time, and we'd like for you to visit everyone. So just do it the right way. This is not a growth stream. So if you see anybody that you think you may be interested based on their content, based on their name, please, by all means, go check out their channel. See what it's all about. Maybe something that could be helpful to you, and connect with them that way. Watch a full video and view their content, and go from there. That's how we connect around here if we are interested in someone's channel. And there's a lot of great content creators here. I'm sure you'll find someone that you may be interested in their content. You have Gigi's Gluten-Free Lab that she talks about products that have gluten in them, and she finds products that don't for people who have the gluten intolerance. We have Be the Difference Clothing, does inspiration. We have Fine as Wine Cooking, who's always cooking up some delicious meals on his channel. We have Pandy's Hair Candy and more. Pandy's always giving us reviews, great wig reviews and other things. We have Miss Four Roller, the Dancing Diva, out there doing her gardening and showing you some natural remedies that you could use. You know, and just a bunch of good content creators here for you to check out when you get time. Home of Truth. Pandy said, oh, let's see. Okay, Fine as Wine Cooking says, how was your day, Deborah? It was pretty good. I slept all day, actually. Fine as Wine, I didn't get out of bed. I'm ashamed to tell you all, I didn't get out of the bed until like 6 o'clock this evening. But then my clock is off. I'm up all night, so I sleep all day. That's a part of it. But it was a good day. Pandy says, another beautiful story time live. Miss Deborah, thank you, Pandy. And Web Savvy says, good night to all. Good night, Web Savvy. We are so glad that you joined us. So glad to have you here. So we don't have any birthdays in there, looks like. Home of Truth, let me remove your Gigi Heart. No, you don't have to remove it. Home to Truth. We're just letting you know how to go about it. Finest Wine says you need a whooping. That's late. I know, but I'm up all night a lot of times. So that's what happens, Finest Wine. That's what happens because I'm up a lot of the late a lot of times. But oh man, I'm disappointed we don't have no birthdays. Cause I love to see the dancing diva. Pandy says heading out as well. Miss Deborah, good night, everyone. Good night, Pandy. We appreciate having you here to join us in the live. We appreciate you, Pandy. Appreciate having you here. I'm kind of disappointed there are no birthdays. Having one of my personal summers, and in fact, I'm sitting by this fireplace is not helping. Miss Fullroller says no need to apologize, Deborah. Follow your own internal clock. Yeah, I have to, Miss Fullroller. So a lot of times that's what's happening. Most nights, even if I get into bed, I don't fall asleep until like 2, 3 in the morning. And some nights it's worse than that. But most nights, even if I get into the bed around midnight, I'm very rarely in bed before midnight. But most times I fall asleep between that time. But last night was one of those nights that I was up, believe it or not, till after 6 in the morning. So I stayed in bed until 6 in the evening. And I don't know, sometimes I don't know if the medication has that effect on me, that it makes me stay up like that. I don't know. But, you know, we're in, we can't really get out, so I just use that time to rest to help me to recoup. Be the difference is by the Pandy. Miss Furlow said good night to Pandy Hair Candy. And Gigi says thanks to Pandy Hair Candy. Yeah. But yeah, Miss Florola, that's what happens. But anyways, we don't have any birthdays, so I can't sing the birthday song. As we know, it is still Gemini season. Finest Wine says, get your rest. You deserve it. Thank you, Finest Wine. I appreciate it. But I am not going to prolong the time, you all. It is late, and I haven't eaten anything yet. So I am going to go ahead and call it a night. I appreciate each and every one of you. I don't take your time lightly that you came by here to Story Time to hang out with me. I appreciate the fact that you all enjoy Story Time as much as I do. And I want to just say to you all again, until we meet again, may his peace be with you, and always remember, I have a will to live. And I will see you all at the next Story Time. Good night.